Hey guys, what's up? If you're into Chinese concept stocks, you're gonna have heard that the latest superstar in the stock market, that will be definitely Xpeng models, right? I mean, after Middle East investors poured millions of dollars into NIO, now Volkswagen is planning to invest $700 million into Xpeng to develop electronic cars in China. Do you know what does that mean? Their stock prices just went through the roof. It's been crazy, but of course, at the same time, all the hype comes all sorts of opinions from netizens. Some people think that Volkswagen just bought their technology, while others believe that the competition should lead to the collaboration. What do you think of this partnership? Let me know in the comment below. Also, today, I'm gonna answer two questions for you. The first one is, why did Volkswagen choose Xpeng when there are so many other electronic companies in China, as you know? And the second one is, why did Xpeng stock surge while Volkswagen's stock prices took a hit after investment news? Well, so many old friends has already know that I'm a stock analyst based in China, and I'm also trading stocks. My goal is giving the investors a different view to look at the Chinese concept stocks. If you don't want to miss the quality stock analysis video, don't forget to follow my channel and turn on the little bell. Now, let's dive into it. Firstly, let's talk about the Volkswagen's recent moves. They're really pushing hard to go electronic, as we all know, like super hard. I mean, in a recent interview, its CEO Bernd Osterler said that while he's confident in Volkswagen's market position in China, the competition is tougher than ever, and the number backed that up. While Volkswagen has an 11.4% market share in China overall, the share of the new energy vehicle market is only 3.3%. On the other hand, the gap between Audi and BMW and Mercedes-Benz in China is getting bigger and bigger. Now it seems that its CEO's concern is reasonable, so they've got some catching up to do. And that's where Xpeng models comes in. Instead of investing billions in R&D themselves, Volkswagen is putting $700 million in Xpeng to get new energy vehicle technologies. And honestly, I think it makes sense. Developing technology in-house takes too long and it's just energy consuming. Volkswagen need to move fast if they want to stay competitive, and what's more, buying a whole new company would just add more complexity to Volkswagen's already massive brand metrics. So as for Volkswagen's decision, I can totally understand their strategic decision. But you may be curious about why Xpeng specifically. Well, for one thing, they're leader new energy vehicle technology in China, especially when it comes to autonomous driving. And according to Volkswagen, they're key technology manufacturers in China. Furthermore, the two companies already have a good working relationship with each other, which should make things go smoother. So there, maybe you have already got the overview of both sides. Now let's address the first question. Why did Volkswagen choose Xpeng instead of BYD or Geely in the future? Well, BYD already has a closer relationship with Toyota and is focusing more on high-end brands these days. And Geely's ownership of Volvo puts them direct competition with Volkswagen already. And as we all know that the NIO has just signed a share subscription agreement with the Abu Dhabi fund. In my past video, I've already talked about that. And the NIO has already got about $1.1 billion in investment. So Xpeng was really one of the Volkswagen's only option. Overall, I think it's a smart move for Volkswagen. They need to invest in energy vehicle technology to stay relevant. And Xpeng is one of the best options out there. So it looks like a good idea for the both parts. Now, let's read the pros and cons for Xpeng side. Basically, Xpeng has been struggling a bit lately, as we know, with a big drop in sales in the last quarter of the 2022. And even though they've sold over 100,000 cars in the past year, their sales growth is lagging behind some of the other new energy vehicle makers in China. And in the first quarter of this year, Xpeng delivered only about 18,230 units, 17.9% less than the fourth quarter of the last year. Gross profit margin is not optimistic, only 1.7% in the first quarter, compared with the other new energy vehicle companies, such as Li. As we know, Li's gross profit margin of 20% in the first quarter of this year, Tesla 19.34%, and BYD also has 17.86%. So Volkswagen has stepped in to help out with Volkswagen's investment. They are hoping to turn things around and get back on track. That will be a good news for Xpeng. Overall, I think this partnership makes a lot of sense. In conclusion, it's a win-win cooperation for both sides. There's no surprise why the news released the Xpeng stock price just went up. Here comes the second question. Why has this kind of equity investment by the Volkswagen triggered off negative sentiments in the market? Is it because it's widely believed that Volkswagen's investments will do more harm than good? Well, my understanding of this is because some people in the market are feeling negative about their movement. They think that Volkswagen might be making a mistake by relying too much on Xpeng's technology. But to be honest, I think this partnership is a smart move for Volkswagen. In the short term, it can help them catch up in the new energy market and expand their reach in China. Objectively speaking, Xpeng has some of the most advanced new energy vehicle technology out there, and Volkswagen can benefit from that. It's like when Ford used Volkswagen's platform in Europe. Of course, from my point of view, in the long run, Volkswagen shouldn't rely too much on partnerships. They need to keep developing their own technology if they want to stay competitive. But for now, this partnership is a quick and effective way to improve their new energy technology offerings and catch up with their competitors. Besides, from my point of view, this cooperation is not only just related with both two parts. I think it's also a big deal for Chinese new energy industry as a whole, and it's getting the attention it deserves. So overall, I think the partnership is a double win for both companies as well as the industry. And I'm excited to see what they will achieve together. Lastly, I'm very curious about what are your thoughts on this partnership. Just feel free to post your own ideas in the comment section. Summarize today the development of domestic new energy vehicles. I think the main points are as follows. Firstly, the traditional automobile giants directly adopt the platform and technology of the new domestic forces, with the facts to prove that the domestic new energy vehicles and prices have worked in the forefront of the world's new energy vehicle technology. Secondly, the domestic new energy vehicle industry chain cluster effect is obvious, has gradually spread to the overseas market. The new energy vehicle forces have already formed more and more clear competitive advantages. Thirdly, continue to optimistic about domestic new energy vehicle industry chain. They will lead and drive global new energy vehicles forward. Fourthly, be optimistic about automatic driving, advanced battery, and other segments. global automobile enterprises for automatic driving technology attention and support. The fifth one, it's not hard to see that the Chinese government will increasingly support for new energy vehicle industries, intelligent driving technology, and the other kind of new technologies. And today, what we talked about the cooperation between Xpeng and Volkswagen will become a milestone in the history of China's automobile industry. If you want to invest in China, subscribe my channel and get a latest perspective of the equity research.